Well, hello again, Steve here, back again after a few minutes, and I wanted to make a few comments about what we can do when we've fooked up. I'm going to use the word fook because it's the sort of the phonetic pronunciation of another word, and that way I don't get accused of using foul language on the internet. So, but we all use the term, right? F up kind of thing. And I wanted to talk about this because I find it very annoying when I don't admit my mistakes, and I found it annoying when other people don't admit their mistakes. And I think it's important for us because when we have fidelity to truth, because as curious people, we want the ladybug landed on lots of critters around here. When we want to get the best results in our lives, we might as well have access and be open to better information. So if for some reason we're going along with suboptimal information and we find a better something, we notice somebody else is doing something better, why not consider that? Because I think that the thing with us as human beings is we have this, we don't want to lose face, right? So we have this tendency to be invested, and especially the more we're invested. I noticed that with myself and with others. The more time we've spent on something, the more investment we have in it, the more we've been in one religion or one political system or whatever, the more we get into this echo chamber in our own minds that this has got to be the path. We're too far down this path if we stop going down here, that somehow we have to retrace all the way back and come back up. I mean, that's the way it often is in our world. If we're down a trail into a canyon, well, if we're in the wrong canyon because this one dead ends, we have to come back and go out. But so often in our thoughts, we don't necessarily have to do that. We can just get up to speed with other information and proceed from there. So I think it's important for us to be willing to admit that we've screwed up, that we've messed up, that we've blundered, and be willing to admit it to ourselves and be willing to admit it to others who are affected by it. It has a way of relieving us. It's sort of like it's an exercise in humility, but it can be very effective because it can save us a lot of time continuing down a road of screw-ups and blunders. And so therefore I think it's important for us to admit when we F up, when we recognize it, and get on with it, and has a way of relieving it. It's sort of like we have precious time, right? And how much time do we really have to spend hanging on to the investment that's a screw-up? Just get rid of it and move on. A little bit hard to do, bit of eating crow, bit of humility, but in the end, if it's results we want, we're better off with the best information that we can get. And sometimes that's not in our own heads, or even our actions are not in our own hands. They're in somebody else's, or they're not yet created yet. And once we take them on, if they're better, they're going to get better results, I would say. So Steve here with another Inner Genie comment for what it's worth, and hope this is helpful. Talk again soon. Bye for now.